Hello and welcome to your Thursday afternoon WYDOT road weather briefing. I'm Dave Weather, meteorologist Mark Hewer. Well, we're going to be dry into tonight with a little bit of wind. Tonight, not a bad night for travel across Wyoming, and weather conditions pretty good. That all changes though into early Friday. A high wind event begins Friday morning, lasts through most, if not all, of Saturday, and then redevelops in a few areas on Sunday. In addition to that, we're going to be looking at heavy mountain snows mid to late day Friday into Saturday across our western and southern mountains, western valleys, portions of southwestern Wyoming, and there'll be some light snow and snow squalls spreading into portions of central and southern Wyoming, including areas of I-80. And we talked about that yesterday with that powerful jet stream slamming into the state and region starting on Friday. Much nicer than next week, so we do have some good news. Here for tonight, dry statewide, that's great news. Here across central and south central Wyoming, some wind. Winds, though, today have stayed below high profile criteria for closures, and that'll be the case into and through the night. Some gusts, wind prone areas on especially I-80 will be reaching potentially up towards 55 miles an hour. A little bit of wind as well on the western side of the Bighorn Basin. That's it for tonight, but tomorrow it's a whole different story. Lots going on, folks. Let's start in the west, across the western mountains, down through the Wind River, South Pass, and into the I-80 corridor west of Rock Springs, Three Sisters, on to Evanston and Utah. By late in the day, moderate to heavy snow is going to be developing. In conjunction with that will be some strong and gusty winds. I-80 from about Green River and especially Lyman on westward into Evanston and Utah. Going to see big impacts late tomorrow into Friday night and Saturday from light to moderate snow and strong and gusty winds. Teton Pass, Togety Pass, also picking up significant snowfall and strong winds. South Pass having moderate to heavy snow, blowing and drifting snow late Friday into Friday night. Here across southwestern sections, the upper Green River Basin, and from about Green River out towards Wamsutter and Rawlins, some light snow, snow squalls, enough to cause problems when you factor in winds 25 to 45, gusts to 50 or thereabouts, blowing snow, slick and icy roads. It's this red hatched area, once again, and as always, a lot of times, it's a big area of concern. Initially during the day, it's going to be very strong and gusty winds. In the morning hours, initiating, but then really from mid to late morning through the overnight hours, we'll be seeing south to southwest winds, potentially as much as 55 to 70 miles an hour. Then as we get into the evening and overnight hours, light to moderate snow and snow squalls will start to develop along the I-80 corridor, including the Arlington and Elk Mountain area. We have to plan on some big impacts due to blowing snow, poor visibility, and some slick and icy roads. Above the red dash is still going to be windy but dry for tomorrow into tomorrow night. South to southwest winds, though, gusting as much as 50 to 65 miles an hour. And in some locations, generally don't see wind gusts like that here along the I-80 corridor. A little bit of snow in the Bighorns, but this is not going to be a good snow producer for the Bighorns. And locations along and east of the Laramie Range and far eastern Wyoming remaining dry tomorrow with some breezy to strong winds, but nothing crazy. Now, as we get into Saturday, we're going to continue to see some very strong and gusty winds. Here's the European model for forecasted wind gusts Saturday afternoon. Here is the eastern border of Wyoming. You can see that from the I-80 corridor on up towards Wheatland, up towards Douglas, Casper, even towards Buffalo, out over towards South Pass, and then down towards the Rock Spring area. High winds into your Saturday, and these winds gusts, folks, are going to be underdone on Saturday. We could still see gusts of 50 to 70, maybe 75 miles an hour in some of our wind-prone areas here in south central and southeastern Wyoming. In addition to the wind is going to be snowfall. Now, this is a 48-hour total forecasted snowfall graphic up through early Sunday morning. It's going to be underdoing it in our western mountains. We could see a foot or more on potentially Teton and Togety passes, 6 to 10 inches on South Pass. Don't forget those winds either. Here is I-80 through Uinta County. Going to be looking at anywhere from 2 to 5 to maybe as much as 6 inches along with those strong and gusty winds. Then I-80 from Green River out towards Rock Springs, Wamsutter, and Rawlins. Not a lot of snow, but enough. And from some snow squalls to create those impacts. I-80 Rawlins out towards Arlington and Elk Mountain, another story. And then once you get into the Laramie Valley, on eastward to Nebraska. Not a lot of snow from this weather system. And like we talked, powerful jet stream coming in, great snow producer in the mountains, not so much across lower elevations. Thanks for watching today, folks. We'll have an update tomorrow afternoon for all the details through the weekend.